Hi everyone, so there have been some new developments in the Jason Blaha MMA match promotion, and I think we can safely say that this back and forth between me and Blaha is finally over. But before we get into all of that, I have to thank the sponsor of this video, Jason Blaha ASMR Cardio Gamer. Do you like gaming? Do you like listening to an out-of-shape middle-aged man struggle to breathe? Well, then you'll love Jason Blaha's ASMR channel.
Hey everybody, it's the Cardio Gamer here. I'm back. It's time for me to get a cardio session in. Work on my Orc Warlock in just a minute when I finish up here. And talk to you guys in my ASMR voice. So, get this good cardio in because I'm feeling a little stressed today. I just got some different things on my mind stressing me out. So maybe a little bit of fishing might be exactly what I need. Although I probably need to go further down the coast because this stuff is really not the fish I need, is it? But further down the coast probably will be.
So be sure to subscribe to Jason Blaha ASMR Cardio Gamer. Links are in the description. So I'm pretty sure most of you are pretty well updated on this whole situation, but for those of you who are new here, basically a while ago Jason Blaha claimed that I'm weak, out of shape, I wouldn't be able to compete with him in any sport. He also made fun of me for being vegan. So I challenged him to an MMA match. If he's going to call me weak, out of shape, I can't compete with him, then he'd have no problem fighting me in a cage. He'd be able to kick my ass no problem. Well, of course, because Jason Blaha is a cowardly liar, he came up with just a litany of excuses to try and weasel out of this. His most ridiculous excuse was that he will only fight me if he gets paid $100,000. Well, I ended up making a GoFundMe campaign. Wasn't exactly successful, but there were some people who donated. We ended up raising $195, and there were some pretty big donations. Somebody donated $100, somebody donated $50, $25, so some people really wanted to see this fight. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And things went exactly as how I predicted. So obviously, the point of this GoFundMe fundraiser wasn't to actually raise $100,000. I was never gonna give Blaha $100,000. That's just ridiculous. The point of this was to expose him as a coward, and I'd say, you know, on that basis, this fundraiser was definitely successful because Blaha left a comment on one of his videos that basically does exactly that, just exposes him as a coward. So someone commented on Jason's channel, "Jason, will you fight Vegan Gains if he raises $100,000? Blaha replied, "If I have reasonable assurance that I will collect every penny of the money, and he will take steps to avoid any moron trolls showing up or harassing me, and he was cool with me maiming him in a worst case." So isn't that funny? According to Blaha, $100,000 isn't enough. I also have to make sure that no trolls show up, no one acts mean to him, no one says any mean words, because, you know, $100,000, that's just not worth it to Blaha if he has to face any amount of criticism.
I do have that intimidation factor, and I do come across, especially a lot of other guys, as very intimidating. I have a presence when I come in a room, and that's been told to me by quite a few people, that I'm a very intimidating person, and I'm very scary in some ways, and I have to try to keep that reeled in, and that has to do with my upbringing and my training, because I'm such a sensitive person. My dad really went out of his way for me to not be a big floppy pussy, because, and he still sees me that way. It's really kind of funny.
So I spooked Jason so hard with this GoFundMe campaign that he actually was worried that we might raise $100,000 for this fight. So he created extra contingencies to ensure that he wouldn't have to fight me in the event that $100,000 was actually raised. So he made up the excuse that if anyone harasses him, if anyone makes fun of him in the crowd, then the fight's a no-go. Big badass mercenary Blaha, who's so tough and intimidating, won't fight if someone says mean words.
I didn't even come out with a rifle. Look, I don't have a rifle. All I have is a pistol. Where's his What's he scared of? He's got a pistol. He's got a pistol. He showed it. That's all I got. I got a pistol, and I didn't put my armor back on. I didn't put a rifle on. Gas Stalkers. Dude, every one of these people who talk about me on the internet are and they're not real. They're not real. I came out here when the dude said he would be here, ready to blow his brains out. Blow his mother brains out legally because he's stalking. I wouldn't do a day in jail for it.
And the ridiculous demands don't end there. Not only do I have to ensure that no trolls show up to the event and say any mean words to him, but on top of that, Blaha's actually doubled his payment demands. So Blaha went on to say, "I'd want a clause where if a single one of my trolls is allowed to show up at the event and harass me, I get to leave and collect full payment. In fact, I want double in that case." So Blaha's claiming that he's totally fine with getting in a cage and actually fighting me, but if someone from the audience starts saying mean words, calling him fat or stupid or a loser, that's too much for him. He can't handle that. Sure, fighting, oh, that's fine, but someone calls him names? That's too much. The fight's all off. And he needs $200,000 in damages to deal with the mental anguish of being called names. So I actually predicted that this would happen. I uploaded a video a few days ago where I said, Blaha is going to get so worried that I'll actually raise the $100,000 he's asking for, that he's just going to double his asking price. So, is this making you feel insecure, Blaha, that there are these vegans who can outlift you? Maybe you should raise the fee for your fights to $200,000? You can't be too careful, right? Like, what if we actually raise that money and you end up looking like a And then Blaha said, "I'm just doing it for the money, and I've always been honest about that. I think fighting is for low IQ degenerates, but I am happy to get paid." Blaha, you are guilty of stolen valor. You claimed that you were a mercenary that was hired by the Clintons, and then when everyone exposed you, called you out for that, you openly threatened veterans to come and fight you.
Guys who are veterans who are standing there still screaming about your valor, stolen valor. You know what? Kid. You can go yourself. I don't really care what you think. But I will tell you this, if you decide that you're going to come confront me physically about it, you better not be a dog. I haven't flinched in 20 years. So if you come at me, I want you to know, son, it's not going to be me who goes in the ground.
And then when you noticed that threatening veterans didn't stop anyone from harassing you and exposing you for your fake mercenary lies, you decided to upload these fake videos where you hunted down and threatened these supposed cyber stalkers.
Gas Stalkers. Dude, every one of these people who talk about me on the internet are and they're not real. They're not real. I came out here when the dude said he would be here, ready to blow his brains out. Blow his mother brains out legally because he's stalking. I wouldn't do a day in jail for it.
So isn't that funny? When it's convenient for you, you'll glamorize violence and act like this big tough guy who will fight anybody, and if anyone, messes with you online, you're gonna take your gun and hunt them down. But in reality, if anybody challenges you to a physical confrontation, well, suddenly fighting becomes for low IQ degenerates. Well, obviously the only low IQ degenerate here is you. You are so unintelligent that you have not been able to get away with a single one of your lies, and right from the get-go, everyone knew you were a big pussycat who could only talk a big game, but as soon as anyone challenged you, you just scamper away like a little coward. And your behavior here with this whole situation only proves that point further. So I'm done with Blaha. There's really no point. His channel's dead. He still tries to get attention from me by uploading videos about veganism. Say whatever the hell you want, Blaha. It's over. And obviously I'm going to end the GoFundMe campaign. I'm going to try to get everyone to get their money refunded. Everyone who backed the campaign, they should have gotten an update on this already, but try getting a refund through GoFundMe. I didn't withdraw any money from, the funds that were raised, so it should be relatively straightforward. There shouldn't be any issues. And if you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon or through my website. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegan Gains store. And if you're looking for online coaching, then check out Quality Gains. He offers customized meal and training programs. And as always, keep making those vegan gains.